My name's Dr. Neil Carpenter. I work with Met Group. My 2020 vision is about getting people in employment, solving food crisis and addressing emissions and carbon at the same time, using waste as the vehicle to do that. We're working in a range of Middle Eastern and North African countries to take the waste from cities which are currently being dumped in the desert and use that to generate energy and a range of products, lots of employment for people, and stop the emissions going into the atmosphere. Well, we focus on several things. We focus on the 3 R's clearly, and the education element of that with children and with families is really important. I can give you a really good example. When we looked around a waste factory in Egypt, what we found was 30% of the bottles still had their lids on, which means they're not crushable, you can't ship them, etc. And just getting children to teach their parents to take the lids off bottles would make a huge difference in the amount of energy needed to get rid of waste and improve the environment. What I'd like to see is that we view waste as a resource rather than a material which we bury in the ground. So our strategy is around zero landfill, and I'd like to see those materials either being their energy conserved, so they're used again, or the ones that can't be used again to be gasified or some other kind of process which generates the maximum possible energy. And in our case, in the Middle East and North Africa, that also includes generating an awful lot of fresh water. So that if you've got fresh water and you've got green waste, for example, you can turn desert back into quality agricultural land. When I think about the planet and how I want to live it for my children, I'm also thinking about those other people around the world who have got no opportunity through ignorance or through not being able to support them to actually help the planet. And it doesn't take much for all of us to do a little bit, which make a huge difference in 2020.